everyone, my name is Deol, founder of UB Realty. I'm here today on site of Wilmot Condos in North Oakville. We're going to talk about later on today with the developers why to invest in this building, where the potential growth is for your investments and all the future returns. The only price starts from here is only for $400,000. That's right, it's from $400,000, which is unheard, unseen for a long time in the market. Let's go and talk to the developers why this location is great for investment or for living. Let's follow me. Hello everyone, my name is Deol from UB Realty. I'm here with Kimmy and Mark from WP Developments and the GCL Construction Division, which will be doing the development for Wilmot Condos. So we're going to talk about why this location is the greatest location for investment or for living in the heart of Oakville. So I'm going to start with Kimmy. Kimmy, what was the philosophy for designing this particular building and you giving the name Wilmot Condos for it?
That's a very great question, actually. The philosophy behind the Wilmot condo is all about redefining the condominium living experience. Let me give you a little bit of background about the Wilmot condo. Wilmot condo is an 8-story building that will be constructed right at the intersection of Dundas Street East and Eighth Line, kind of the center heart of North Oakville. In the Wilmot building, we have an amazing list of indoor and outdoor amenities, all combined for 15,000 square footage. That's a very generous amenity space, even in downtown core area. And in Wilmot, you're also going to see some of the most efficient and versatile suite floor plans, which we can dive in later. And then, like you said, the philosophy is so behind redefining this word. The true philosophy is we're offering everything that everybody be looking for in a condominium community.
That's great. And when you guys pick up the location, what came in your mind to pick this location in Oakville?
So Oakville, like everybody knows, is famous of its beautiful parks, harbors, and then some of the best schools, as well as the big shoebox community centers as well. It's a great location, easy access, so close to 407, 403, and QEW. Go to Square One is less than 10 minutes by car, right, and then also less than 30 minutes to downtown Toronto core. And right at the Dundas Street East and the Eighth Line is even more convenient than living in, let's say, downtown Oakville. Why I say that is public transit. So we actually have Oakville public transit right at our doorstep. So you can get to all the community centers and then the shopping malls or even Sheridan College by public transit and within a very reasonable time.
Yes, absolutely. Location is great location. Even the hospital is nearby, and it's seen from last number of years, the growth is tremendous on this side of the town. So when now we talk about the design of the building and the suite. So what thoughts or what process you gone through in order to design that when you have seen so many developments, and what was the reason and what was the philosophy behind designing even the gold line you see behind our building? What was the philosophy behind that?
So, Mark, I'm going to start with the design part. So, as a product managers, the first thing WP did was putting together a world-class team. So, I have Mark joining me tonight from GCL Builds. We also hired some of very well-known architects and landscape architects, interior designer. Jeanette Rosenberger was our landscape architect, a pattern design studio as the interior. So before we design everything, we kind of put up this slogan, and a lot of our stuffs that actually are condo livers. We know what we have been truly struggle with living in a small condo or a very condensed communities. So at Wilmot, we want to change that, basically, and we want to offer a whole new experience. We want to introducing a new lifestyle. So started with amenities. Like I said, I offer very, very generous space. And on top of that, our amenity is not just typical, classic, most used. Like every amenity comes with its very special features. Like a gym, 2,800 square foot. We're just not just dumping that empty space. We kind of carefully divided it into 3 separate sections. Cardio section, a free weight section, and a private yoga studio. So after 2019, everybody's life changed. right?
Yes.
People been talking about fitness, health, nonstop. Sustainability materials, another thing they're looking forward for the new development, right? So Mark over here, he can speak more about the sustainability. Like sustainability is a key of our standards when we're making up this project. Mark, do you want to take on that part?
You know, the thing I like most about the Wilmot is the positioning of the buildings.
Yes.
So these are nice 4, 6, and 8-story buildings in a single massing envelope. And actually, the amenity space that Kimmy has mentioned, in my opinion, is understated because there's this huge courtyard area at the base of the buildings.
Yes.
And I know this isn't very much on sustainability, but this is what I really
Yes,
like
the
about the
lifestyle,
building.
yeah.
And as the building, it's 4, 6, and 8-story. And the 8-story part is on the east side of the site, and the shorter part's on the west side of the site, because I'm an afternoon person, you know, and so that sun in the afternoon's going to be great for the people in all of the buildings, and the outdoor amenity space is right in the middle of all of them.
Yes.
And then you look down on this beautiful courtyard that
Yeah.
is absolutely huge, but of course the building authorities don't allow that to count for any amenity space or
Yes.
anything, but that is
I'm
really
really
the
glad you
most
brought it
huge
up.
open space there.
Absolutely. That's giving a resort style lifestyle to it, and every suite will have their own lighting coming in, natural light rather to say, and that is a huge benefit. When we sell some of the buildings, there's lighting is the issue, right? So and people go to work in the daytime when they only home is afternoon mostly, right? And that's the time they enjoy the sunset. And vitamin D is one of the huge factor which is needed by humans. So I'm very glad you guys thought about it when you're designing from the lighting perspective, which is huge.
And I think most of the suites have floor-to-ceiling windows.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
most of those.
And so that's balanced out with some opaque areas.
Yes.
And of course, complying with the Ontario Building Code and the energy modeling, this building performs better than the Ontario Building Code requires. And yeah, I like it. And actually, well, I'll say one more thing. These short buildings, so think about it. You can walk the stairs up to your unit, or you can use the elevators. And in this building, 380 suites, and there's 5 elevator cars.
Exactly.
That's a lot. A lot of developers, actually, they have a problem in Toronto, and I think it's a crime sometimes that the purchaser doesn't even know they're buying into a building that has less than satisfactory elevator service. And one of the rules is developers look at 1 elevator car per 150 suites.
Yes.
Well, we have 5 cars for 380 suites. That's 1 car per 76 suites.
Yes.
So it's almost twice as good as the rule of thumb for
Exactly.
for condo development.
Give me other thing I noticed. There's a beautiful rendering behind you,
Yes.
which is showing the landscape of, I believe, on this on a rooftop.
It's our rooftop terrace on the 8th floor. So like, I'm really, really glad Mark brought it up, the outdoor space. So like indoor and outdoor connectivity is another great features I couldn't mention it earlier because we're focusing on the indoor amenities. So we know like COVID, a lot of people has been restrained within their unit, especially for the people living in a small suite. They are dying for the outdoor space. They wish they have a backyard. So at Wilmot, other than the beautiful courtyard, the rooftop terrace, we are guarantee every single unit within this building we're provided by an outdoor space, whether it's a balcony, a front yard patio, or it's a terrace. So as a developer, we're really standing behind our product. We want to make sure we're building homes, not building projects. And we want to redefine condominium living experience. And the sustainability I was talking about, Mark actually explained this really well. It's not only limited to material, but also a lifestyle,
Right.
whether it's a sustainable. 20 years later, when we look at a Wilmot, we still think this is a great residential building. It's a community people live happily at. So those are some things we're really proud about, and then we want our audience to hear. And then those probably cannot be reflected by the marketing materials we kind of shared later.
And the question I have regarding when we said about the floor plans or the suite choices, so what sort of suite designs you have in terms of the size-wise or type of the suites in number of bedrooms?
Yeah. When we started the suite designs, we kind of really did a lot of research in North Oakville and then what type of demographic this city has to offer. So we want our floor plan be as versatile as possible and then allow everybody can find their homes at our community. So our floor plan started with 500 square footage and then runs from a one bedroom plus flex to two bedroom plus flex, and of course 3 bedrooms for. So whether you're a young married couple, you're a young single entrepreneur, or you're an empty nester looking for downsize, we all have a perfect choice here for you. On top of that, there is like one thing I want to highlight over here. So other than the outdoor spaces, for some of our junior suites, we're offering 2 bathrooms option as well. We all know how struggle it could be when you're fighting for that only bathroom when you have a guest over or you leave with your loved ones.
So what is the starting price of these suites for me?
The details of a price I will leave to my partner's leading broker, Baker Real Estate. But all I can tell you right now is the suites coming from 400,000.
400 starting, but that's your starting price tag will be. Nice. Which I haven't seen in a long time from 400,000 sticker price, but you guys are coming.
So you know, Jolly, WP has a really good system for the pricing of their units,
right.
And some of it involves their builder, who's us, because we hire the critical trade contractors like the form worker, the window wall company, even the mechanical and electrical trades on a unit price basis.
Right.
And so those trades, they're picked before the building was designed.
So contract's already secured.
Yes.
Well, you then get to marry the latest state-of-the-art technologies from both the trade side and the architect and engineers. And so you get that collective wisdom of both of those entities, and WP gets to know how much this is costing before they've designed and sold the building.
Yes.
And it's I've been working with WP since 2017, and this is our third project together.
Nice.
Yes.
And it really works well.
It's a great partnership.
Yes, yeah, including the key trades, see? And it's different than you'll see with some other developments. This is really, I think, right up with this century.
Last question, let me ask you about COVID has changed a lot of things in the market side, right? So, and immigration was on a halt, literally. So where do you foresee the next couple of years where the market will be growing in terms of the growth-wise, in terms of the potential of immigration point of view, or whether it's from rental, from job sector, whatever you have to say, so audience will be aware and they will have some knowledge from your expertise as well.
Okay, both Mark and I have been in real estate industry or the industry related to real estate for a very long time, right? We have been seeing up and downs of this industry. But if you are asking me how I see real estate in next couple years, and then especially for Oakville, the one word I will use is I'm super confident in that. The reasons are, despite all the physicals, the locations we were talking about before, there's another thing I want to add is Oakville is still sitting at the seller market. The Oakville has the lowest vacancy rate across the GTA, sitting at a 0.7%. Especially the need for the small products like a condo units is extremely high. The demand is far exceeding the supplies. And plus, we all know Canada is accepting over 400,000 immigrants starting this year. Plus, we see a lot of foreign students are coming back after the pandemic. You know, condo is kind of the hot products among all the real estate properties. And then also like Wilmot, we are introducing a new lifestyle. We differentiate us from the rest of the condo buildings. So if you're asking why I'm so confident we're offering the right product at the right location at the right time.
I agree with you because the housing prices are so high, it's not easy for a first-time home buyer to buy it, so this only affordable option is the condo lifestyle. And it is the younger generation's dream, and that is the lifestyle they like to enjoy because they can lock it and then they can travel. And when I grew up, mindset was different. So we love the land, it's a backyard concept, but younger generation, even my son is 15 years, I talk to him and he enjoys condo lifestyle versus being in a home or the waterfront. Yeah, so those two things, definitely, there's a huge market, I don't doubt it. And immigration definitely adds a number. it's all comes down to supply and demand, right? So I don't doubt anything that your project will have a huge success. I believe it's going to be sold out on one weekend if you lease the entire building. But again, it's still totally up to you guys how you guys manage it. Anything you want to add before we wrap up this?
So I just gonna touch base on what you just pointed out. Like a lot of people treating condo as their first home or their property they set up to a mansion or a freehold home. Actually, I quite disagree with that. So a lot of the young generations are treating condo as their permanent home or their lifestyles, right? That's why we're kind of redefined condo living experience. We don't want to be people living in a shoebox, right? We want to introduce that a lifestyle that's sustainable, right? That can be accepted through the generations, right? So everything, including the new technology we're putting in this building, we're thinking 10 years ahead. We're building future. Right? And then another thing I want to add is like a lot of people speak generally about the locations and everything. So like Mark said, we do a lot of different practice along the design development phase. We're spending 3 years on that. That's not a very common practice. And I'm really, really grateful to have Mark along with me on this journey, making sure all the ideas I'm proposing today, promised today, is practical and it can be built in the future. So this is something I want to add. WP never overpromise and under-delivery. So is our partner.
That's a good way to be, yeah.
Yeah, so I want our audience be confident in this product, and then this is the best time for them to starting their new lifestyle.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And by all means, I mean, I'm sold on the side. You know, as I said, location is the key in buying real estate. So this is the location if you're looking to buy in Oakville. And the prices, as I mentioned earlier, from $400,000, which is unheard from, unseen for a long time. And you don't want to miss out this opportunity. If you have any questions or concerns, give us a call at the number at the screen, 647-381-4000. You can reach out to me or my team. Once again, Jolly Deol, 647-381-4000. Once again, thank you guys for having me on the time, giving us the opportunity to talk about Wilmot and Oakville. I'm sure the clients will be happy to invest in the projects.